moments, 365. So let's think about this. 365. What does that mean? What does that mean? 365. What are we talking about? How are we talking about it? It's very important that everybody understands how critical it is when we're talking about 365 confidential. And so we're getting set up here. We're making sure that everybody knows what's happening. So I'm going to put this here while folks are coming on. I'm getting some information dialed in for you so you understand what's happening, what's going on, all the good stuff. And so this is important. All right, we got that plugged in. We got that happening. So as you're coming on, listen. 365 confidential. I cannot stress enough to you how important it is, and that you understand it, and that you get it, and that it really resonates in your soul. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's so important. It's because from the ages of 0 to 7, get what I'm saying if you don't get anything else. From the ages of 0 to 7, your subconscious mind was shaped. And if you don't have the tools, the training, the mechanisms to be able to adapt to what happened to you from ages 0 to 7, and then the compounding effect from 7 till adulthood. So from the time, I want you to think about it. When you turn 8 years old, when you turn 8 years old, did you have complete control of your surroundings even then? No. So from 8, let's go all the way to 16 or so, you get your driver's license. Did you have complete control of your surroundings then? No. You were still influenced in those places. Some of us, if you were like me, when I was around 15, 16-ish, I kind of went off on my own. But still, I was depending on other people, very influential, or influenceable, I should say. You know, not influential yet, but influenceable. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is so critical today, and I want some people to really stop. I want to get it to another level today. I want to be the person that shouted out from the rooftops that told you got an emergency going on in your life right now. Because who you are is almost a guarantee not who you want to be. This is an absolute scientific fact. If you ask some of the most incredibly high-level psychologists in the world from a scientific viewpoint, they're going to tell you that your subconscious mind, which, check this out, every single emotion resides in your subconscious mind. Now, you tell me how hot this thing is getting now. When you think about your emotions, did you know that they are all housed in your subconscious mind? Now look at 0 to 7 years of age. If all your emotions now are housed in your subconscious mind, ages 0 to 7, influenced you, and you're doing things, saying things, being a way that you don't even have control over to this day. So do you have all the things you want in your life as far as happiness is concerned? Take the material stuff and go throw it over in the corner for a while, because you can't get straight with the superficial. We got to go internal to get this straight. So what I've done, and that's part of this Women's Empowerment Week, and this one specifically is about 365 Confidential, but it also ties into Women's Empowerment Week. And men, I got something coming for you too, so you better give a big shout out, a big support to the Women's Empowerment Week, because you're going to want them to support you. Listen, I want you to share this with everybody you know that needs some help in getting happiness in their life and getting to where they feel secure, to where they feel confident. Do you know without confidence, you don't have happiness? Do you realize that? No confidence, no happiness. Why are people overall so unhappy? They don't have confidence. Why don't they have confidence? Because they're walking around in a body and it's not even, they're playing out a role that's not even the role that they want to play out. And they feel like they have no control. How many of you have ever felt like, I don't really have, I feel out of control. I feel like I don't have control in my life. How many of you ever wake up and you don't feel like getting up? Listen, I want to solve this dilemma with an absolute confidence. I'm talking about a confidence movement that's never been heard before. Now, guess what? It'll start out, you here on the beginning. Don't you want to be a part of saying, I was there in the beginning of this movement where so many people around the world were impacted and helped? Hit the share. Let's see if you're confident enough to hit the share button and put this on your home page right now. Are you confident enough to go share, put it on your home page? Because some of your friends are going to be on there going, what is this about? It's about life and death when it comes to happiness. Do you know that the happiness in you has a life and death moment happening right now? That if you've been praying, you've been hoping, you've been wishing for a change, here it is. Why? Because you got to have the tools. I'm telling you, I've been through hell in my life. Been going through one of the toughest times ever recently. So how can I be happy going through hell? Because life is going to life on you no matter what. Life is going to throw you curves. It's going to be good times, bad times. But wouldn't you like, no matter what time it is, that you're happy? That way, if you die during the tough time, you don't die with regrets. So 365 Confidential, what is it? I want y'all to pay close attention. If you don't pay attention, you're going to miss this, and you're going to end up missing, in my opinion, your greatest chance to actually be happy no matter what. We're talking about happiness no matter what. Well, in order to do that, you're going to have to take a chance to listen to somebody that studied this subject intensely for decades. Now I'm over 2 decades getting to the point I'm at now. I've been over 2 decades, 25 years trying to figure out this happiness subject and why it is that there were so many days I was happy and yet there were so many other days I was unhappy. What was going on back in 1993, 92, 93, when I was at one of the lowest points of my life, when I didn't want to live anymore, when one of my best friends killed himself because he didn't have the tools to be able to overcome what happened between 0 to 7. When he wrote, I want y'all to listen to me. I'm going to do this broadcast in honor of my great friend, Jerry. There's people right now on some of my pages, you know exactly the person I'm talking about. An incredible individual. People loved him. He was outgoing, had wonderful personality, had a master's degree, so graduated high school. Then went to college, got his bachelor's degree, then got his master's degree, then took that degree, became a teacher, then became a high school coach. And then one day we get a message, Jerry has killed himself. And we looked at the note he left. Guess what he talked about? Guess what he talked about on the note? He wrote the note and we can see the tears he was crying dripping down on the page. He was talking about what happened to him when he was little and his relationship with his mom. He's talking about those early years. Yeah. It got a hold of him in his subconscious mind and he couldn't overcome it. I'm telling y'all, I've just done a couple of Women's Empowerment Week lives that are off the charts. And I can't wait for y'all to hear our guest this upcoming Thursday. She's a professional marriage and family counselor, and she works for the government. And she's on the hotline where people are calling in all the time, distressed, many times suicidal. She told me the other day, she says, Jay, this thing, When I asked her to come on, she goes, this thing is getting off the charts now with this whole crisis that's going on. She goes, it's at another level. She goes, I've never seen so much unhappiness in my life, in my whole career. It's completely unprecedented. You want to know why? Confidence, emotional distress. And you can bring every angle you want to bring into it. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you don't have the tools, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it to what? Here's what I'm talking about. You're not going to make it to happiness. It's just not going to happen. I'm talking about 6 full pillars here too. Let me address 6 full pillars here and how it relates to confidence. This is important. Confidence when it comes to 365 confidential. 6. See, you got to have strong mental, emotional, social, right? You got to have strong physical, financial, and here goes a big one, spiritual. And here's what most people are trying to do. They're trying to get all of their confidence just focused on the spiritual. Well, here's the problem with the spiritual for most people. What they believe is not even their own thoughts of what they believe. And how many times have you seen people? I grew up deep religious family, but I saw more people that were praying, suffering like you wouldn't believe mentally. It was there even more so than what was out in the world, because people were hoping and wishing what they were reading was it. But guess what? Most of the stuff that people were reading, they don't even know where it came from. It's not their thoughts. This is another level. Most people's thoughts, and I know it, I'll ring some folks right there. Most people go, well, I know what I believe spiritually. I know what my faith. You literally have to just stop and take time to humble yourself, to go back and look and go, this prayer of faith that I have, is that my prayer of faith, or does somebody influence me in a way that maybe wouldn't have led me to pray this way? I would have prayed at a higher level of frequency if I had not been influenced all these different distractive ways. So all I'm doing is to create a platform to whatever a person chooses to believe. And they walk in that faith, they know that they've taken mental and spiritual and emotional inventory of their thoughts, and that you're going to do some backtracking and go look back. And I got techniques to make you look at decision points in your life to where you made these decisions, and all of a sudden you're going to go, wow, you might not be wrong at all. You might be 1,000% right in these decisions. But don't you want to make sure that that was your decision, that you confirmed that it was right? That's all I'm talking about. So 365 confidential. Listen, look what I'm going to tell you here. I wrote a book called 365 Quotes to Make You Better. All I do is coach myself all the time. Everybody self-talks to themselves. I self-talk. Conscious mind talks to the subconscious mind. Conscious mind is giving the subconscious mind instructions, if you know what to do, to make sure the subconscious mind is delivering the things that you want and need in order to be happy. So I coach my subconscious mind with my conscious mind through these quotes. If you get those quotes, you get that book, and you emotionalize those quotes, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start learning to get your conscious mind and your subconscious mind working together. Now, for most people, it's going to be a project. It's going to be a process. It's going to take a little time. It's going to take some effort and energy. But I'm here to tell you, I do have some accelerators for you. Would you like to get there faster? I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow, the accelerators. Today, what I want to make sure everybody understands is, in my opinion, you just got to be a part of 365 Confidential, because I'm going to take the book. And if anybody's on here knows where they can get the book, it's easy, Amazon. But we can get a link on here. But check this out. If you go to Amazon, you get 365 quotes to make you better. Type in my name, Jay Noland. Get the book. It's less than $20, right? So you get the book, or if you want to get it on Kindle, it's less than $10. I think it's like $9.95. So you get the book. Once you got the book, now you got some tools that you can learn to start coaching with your conscious mind, coaching your subconscious mind. That's really the raw purpose of the book. It's a coaching mechanism to get you thinking consciously correct, to put the positive thoughts and the positive instructions in your subconscious mind. Now, to make sure you get this at the deepest level, here's what I want you to do. I want you to attend my confidence base camp this weekend. So December the 12th, Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, here's how you get in. The training costs $395, worth every single penny. I don't even have to blink. Every single penny. Now, you get in the training by doing this. You pay $395, but what I said was, this time only. I'm never going to do this again. I'm going to waive the ticket cost. You're going to get it for free as long as you got the book. So if you go to jnolandcoaching.net, jnolandcoaching.net, you click on, and you can even get a link to the book right there. So if you go to jnolandcoaching.net, you go there and you can see events. You click on events, it'll say register. When you go to register, it's going to ask you for an Amazon order number. Down below there, there's a link you can click on to get your book right there. You come back, put your order number in. Now your ticket's free. But this is the big one to me. The training is going to be crazy. Everybody that sees it's going, in my opinion, is going to be fired up. I believe people are going to be more excited than they've ever been before, because they're going to finally have some tools and some answers on how to get control of the subconscious mind. I'm going to teach you how to get control of your subconscious mind in a way that you've never been able to do before. For almost everybody you know, they just don't have control over it, and they're not happy. That's the reason. Now, I'm going to then also grant you 1 year free access to 365 Confidential. So 365 Confidential is a private members area to where if you bought the book and you go over and register again over at jnolandcoaching.net, if you see membership, you just click on membership. And you can just register with the same order number that you got into the seminar with. Now you waive $97 a month that you will see people paying. You're going to see people, as we roll this out, you'll see people paying it, because I believe a lot of people are going to be talking about it because of all the testimonials that are going to come out of there about people really getting control of their life and their happiness. I believe it's going to be absolutely blazing. Susan's asking, will this be recorded? Absolutely, it's going to be recorded. This is what's so awesome. So if you register, but only if you register, and only if you're in 365 Confidential. That's the big thing. And it's going to only be for a little short period of time. That's why you got to get over and get registered. That's why it's so critical. That's why it's so important to get plugged in. So I'm excited about it. So anybody and everybody you know, guess what you got to do? You got to just get them to get plugged in to this free access that I'm giving people. They just get the book. They got the value in their hand from one of the greatest confidence tools that they can ever buy, in my opinion. And now they take that and they get free access to two major things: a $395 seminar free and a year's access. So almost $1,200. I think it's like $1,164, something like that. It's waived for your first year. Then the next year you can make a decision. I don't even ask you for your credit card information. You go like 1 year from the date we plug you in there, you'll get a notice. You still want to be in? Now you watch how many people want to be in because of what we're going to be putting out. So I wanted to stop and take the time and tell everybody, listen, this is serious. Get you some folks that you really care about. People are giving gifts. Almost every gift you give a person is going to do nothing for them emotionally or mentally other than go, oh, thank you. That's it. I'm talking about, what if you gave the gift of happiness? What's the price you can put on that? What if you gave the gift of full self-esteem, full self-confidence like never before? Do you know that most people are in the wrong relationship because their confidence factor is messed up? Do you realize that? Do you realize that some of you that are single, that want to be in a great relationship, but you don't want to attract the wrong person because you're looking around and you're seeing 7 out of 10 people getting divorced? We're going to help handle that through this training platform to where you get your confidence right, to where you learn to attract the right person. Woo, my goodness. So you just make a decision. You take this information I'm sharing with you. I'm speaking on behalf of my friend that did not have these tools and he took his life. And there's going to be people, they're going to take their life because they didn't get access to tools. And you never know, by you spreading and you being positive and you being happy, who else do you know is going, okay, I'm going to give you specific tools to deal with this confidence factor. It's hardly anybody I know. People are talking about success and they're talking about happiness, but they're not talking about the root at the level I'm talking about it. Not hardly anybody in the world. I've been in this for 20 plus years. I know what I'm talking about. So get yourself plugged in today. Get your book. You can get it all done in one place. Go to jnolandcoaching.net and then click on events / or you can just go to jnolandcoaching.net / events. And then right there, it'll say Amazon book order. And then you got everything handled. And then as soon as you get your ticket done, just get over to the membership link. Say, hey, I'm going to get plugged in here. So here's the last thing I'm going to say, because I thought about how important this is going to be. Here's how important it's going to be. I got to take a drink of water. This is so important. Then I'm out of here. Y'all ready? This is critical. I want you to think about this. We're going to have very private, that's why I call it confidential, breakout sessions with people that want to opt into another level of vulnerability. They want to really be raw and solve these issues once and for all. So we're going to have some breakouts, some private, confidential breakouts to where we can smash all this stuff that people have been carrying. And it shouldn't take us long to get this stuff done, guys. As long as you got the tools, as long as you got the equipment, the mental tools, the mental equipment, the emotional tools, the emotional equipment, you're going to be able to be happy no matter what. Are you coming on the journey? If you are, get yourself plugged in, spread this. Don't let somebody, man, I hate to say it this way because it's just a tough subject, but I'm going to say it. Don't let somebody go kill themselves when all they needed was somebody to support them and give them some mental and emotional tools. Don't let it happen. Don't do what I did and didn't know at the time. I just didn't know. Have somebody come up and tell you, hey, this person that you love, they done killed themselves because they didn't have the tools. That's how deep I believe this is. So why don't you go get some folks? Why don't you take it upon yourself to say, going into this year, I'm going to pay it forward with what? Tapping somebody and going, look, let's get you ready. Let's get this book. And then we're going to work from this book all throughout the year for an entire year. It's going to cost you nothing. We're going to work this book. We're not just going to read the book. We're going to work it and get this in us. And I'm telling you, you're going to hear people. I believe you're going to hear people say, I'm telling you, this is my belief. I believe you will hear people say, I was going to kill myself. But my friend or my family member, they cared enough about me and they shared this information with me. And I really believe this saved my life. We will hear that, in my opinion. I believe we're going to hear it. Don't make the mistake of holding back on such a critical subject that we're going to have fun too. I went deep today because we got to get people to wake up. But we're going to have so much fun. We're going to have so much entertainment inside of 365 Confidential. You're probably going to laugh harder than you ever laughed in your entire life. You're going to have a blast in there because I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to make it entertaining. I'm going to make it Very, very interesting, where people can grab it and remember it and apply it. Y'all have a great day. I appreciate you so much for plugging in to this update. 365 Confidential, jnolandcoaching.net. See you soon. Bye-bye.